Hi everyone, I'm NATO King, and thanks for tuning in for another episode of Fable, whatever your reason might be. So let's recap what we've learned so far.
How dare you play with my pussy? You're not to give anything to my kitty cat.
Okay, so with that in mind, let's get the hell out of here. Now, of course, the main reason you come to the house is not to talk to Welda.
There doesn't appear to be anyone home.
Except you've just been inside and seen that she's home. No, the real reason you need to come here is hiding behind the house.
I could snoop around in the cellar without anyone finding out. I hope no one mistakes me for a burglar. Wow, it's like a dungeon down here. So, this is where she keeps her broom. I wonder if it flies.
Quickthorpe should not deprive Welda of her only broom.
Well, well, what have we here? It looks like a bunch of old useless junk. I'm not interested in any of this junk. This is an interesting object. What is it?
This gold statuette is a very old and valuable object dating back to prehistoric times.
And we actually do need this.
I don't suppose anybody will notice that you've taken it.
That's the main thing, but there is also one other item kind of hiding in the corner.
This could come in handy in the future.
I don't know why the narrator's reading all of Quickthorpe's lines here.
Large empty bottles and barrels clutter the floor of the cellar. This heavy chain has been used for detaining unwilling guests. That is beyond the range of Quickthorpe's natural abilities.
Well, we've got what we need to access the other half of the map, so let's get out of here. There's one thing I want to do before I leave, though.
I'd rather use a chainsaw on this lady.
Unfortunately, we can't do it. So I'm going to have to leave and just never look back. Of course, I've got a long way to go to get back to the village. But you can't go straight there. You have to stop at every screen along the way. This is going to be a common theme in the game. And again, there's no reason for it at all. It's just there to make the game take longer and annoy you.
Oh, there you are, sweetie. Are you back so soon? Why don't you come up to my room? It's so warm and cozy.
Alas, my little sparrow, the destiny of our people is resting in my hands. And though your soft words rip through my aching heart, I must not be distracted.
Oh, well, suit yourself, you little worm.
Apparently that's Quickthorpe's girlfriend. I have no idea what she sees in him, and very little idea what he sees in her. And that was all the relevance she's pretty much ever going to have. So, on to the rest of the frozen lands. Got this little lake off to the side.
A piece of rope still remains tied to a pole that was once used to secure the boats to the shore. Quickthorpe is now the proud owner of a short piece of rope.
Funny, because he's already the proud owner of a long piece of rope.
The large chair, with a fluffy rolled pillow, looks like it might have seated a fat-bottomed princess.
Hey, remember what I said before about examining things being important?
At last, my dear child, you have released me from this terrible prison. I have been waiting for you for so long, and now that you're here, well, I'm not at all disappointed.
I have no idea why examining that pillow fixed the boat. But again, one thing in this list kinda stands out.
Let's get naked and take a swim in the lake. You first.
You know I'd love to. It would be just the thing to wake me up after this long sleep. But there is no time to waste. Your people are waiting on you. And frankly, so am I.
You're putting me on. I can see right through you.
This is no time for silly jokes. I'm as serious as can be. Listen carefully now to my words. I know that you have been chosen by your people to seek out and destroy the terrible beasts who possess the lost jewels. For it is only the safe return of these jewels to your people, and the death of those 4 beasts that will bring back life and harmony to Balkan. However, things are not really as they seem. The origins of this matter go far back to the time of the Ancient Ones. And if my intuition serves me well, I'd say that an old friend is up to some of his nasty old tricks again.
But who? What kind of creature are you?
I am Symbolene, the goddess of the lake, and the spirit of spring, all wrapped up into one hot little package.
You're the first spirit I've ever met. In person, that is. Is that why you're green and transparent and glowing all over? Or have you recently visited Chernobyl?
None of this is really important right now. What really matters is that I return you the favor for having healed this old boat and freeing my soul.
That sounds like a good deal to me. What do you propose to do?
What to do? That's a very good question. The problem is that I haven't a clue. I've got it. Take a small piece of my spirit, like in a little orb. That way I can come along with you. Oh, I'm so excited.
Great. Let's go.
Not so fast, you eager beaver. Remember, this piece of me is only alone, so you'll have to bring it back. You can't expect me to always have my parts scattered all over.
I've had enough of talking to spirits for one day.
This sensual form standing before Quickthorpe is none other than Symbolene, the goddess of the forest. In the ancient times, Symbolene was also known as the spirit of spring.
And she's given us a piece of herself.
Symbolene's little spirit is delicate and fragile, so please handle her with care.
Sure, just like all my other inventory items. And now to the entrance to the rest of the area.
This must be the forest of Symbolene, or I'm getting pretty darn close.
Pretty good supposition. I think I'm just going to ignore that guy sitting on the rock and move on.
Hold on there fast, Freddy. Where are you off to in such a hurry?
No place special. I'm just doing a little sightseeing in the forest.
The forest is a dangerous place when you don't know your way.
Thanks for your concern, but I'll be fine, really.
Okay then, time to move on. Maybe I'll go this way.
We can play this game all day if you like. I've got all the time you need.
What game?
We can play this game all day.
Okay, I can't get anywhere.
Tell me, sir, what are you doing here?
I can tell from your smile that you're new to the forest's edge. If you wish to enter or go anywhere from here except back to where you came from, it's going to cost you. Personal belongings, valuable objects will do just fine. I presume that you are carrying something valuable.
Neat duds. I mean, you are rather well dressed, sir.
I can afford to be. Now let's see what you have that may be of interest to me.
Oh, sure, I've got loads of stuff in my pockets.
Then would you be so kind as to hand over your most precious piece?
Would you accept an IOU payable on my return?
I take payment in advance, and that's non-negotiable. However, I do thank you for calling to my attention your possible return, dubious as that may be. It so happens that some unpleasant little creature made off with a beautiful necklace, which I hold dearly. If you should ever find this item and return it to me, I would be happy to work out some exchange in your favor. After all, I may be a thief, but I am foremost a gentleman.
Sorry, I'm flat broke. I'll come back some other time.
By all means, as you wish. I am a man of leisure, and I have all the time you need.
Naturally, this is what we need Welda's statuette for.
Please don't insult me with that. I'll need a truly precious object, and not just some sentimental trinket.
Darn, I was hoping to get rid of it.
Yes, this is quite a rare piece. It'll do just fine. I wish you a pleasant day. There's one born every minute.
I really don't know why he seems to think that Quickthorpe is a sucker. I mean, we literally couldn't get out of that screen without giving him the statue.
That's a darn cute little rabbit. I don't see anything else of interest.
Quickthorpe has more important things to do than chase wild rabbits.
No, I don't think so. And when you get close, it goes in its den.
So that's where the little critter lives.
A closer look reveals nothing more of interest.
Yep, it's a completely meaningless background detail. But at least it's there.
What a surprise. I didn't expect to see you here.
I've been chasing this darn rabbit all over creation. You won't see him hopping about anymore.
Do you know where I can find the ice giant?
Are you still after the ice giant? Look, son, I've spent my life hunting and exploring this territory, and I've never seen an ice giant. Like I told you, the only thing out here is poultry game and some low-life criminals. Personally, I think it's all a bunch of superstitious nonsense.
Do you know if there's any water left in the well?
Not one drop. I found that out for sure when my little boy fell into the darn thing. By the way, if you happen to see the little critter out here somewhere, please tell him to run along home before I set a fire to his rear end.
Sorry, but I have to go now.
Yeah, we won't be meeting this guy's kid. So what about this well? It's got inscriptions.
It's hard to see what's written with all that snow and ice covering the letters.
And to wipe it off, examine.
Those strange markings. I've seen them before, but I don't know what they mean.
Hey, we've got a book for translating runes.
According to the Book of Runes, this is the Well of Life. I wonder what the connection is.
And I wonder why that's at all important. But if we want to know what's in the well, we're going to have to climb down.
I never cease to amaze myself.
An old, abandoned well stands in the middle of the forest.
Well, can't use the crank, so I guess the rope was already lowered.
Wow, it's dark down here.
And you can't do anything in the darkness but climb back up the rope or use your inventory. Fortunately, I've got something that's perfect for lighting dark places.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, of course, it's not the lantern. This is why we need Symbolene's spirit, to light the bottom of the well. And what's down here, you may ask?
An ancient plaque with runic inscriptions has been placed on the wall.
Someone's been down here before and marked this spot, but I can't for the life of me make out what it says.
Well, we've got a book of runes.
That doesn't do anything.
I have no idea what this means, and I'm pretty sure it's not even really a clue. Beats me what it's for. What we really need is under this pile of dirt.
It looks like someone's been digging around down here.
And how do you dig up something that's buried?
That's not exactly what I had in mind. I don't want to.
And we don't have any tools, so examine it!
It's a piece of clay tablet.
Taking bits and pieces and putting them together is a secret to good detective work.
And there's one thing here that actually does stand out.
There's a small sprig of spring grass growing here. I can't pull it out. The roots must be stuck deep in the ground.
We never need to do anything with that.
A dark opening in the wall of the well can barely be seen.
I have to assume there were parts of this game that were cancelled late in production or something. And this well was going to be a big part of it.
It looks like some dirt has been tossed around down here. It's a piece of clay tablet.
Taking bits and pieces and putting them together is the secret to good detective work.
I have no idea why anyone bothered to bury these two pieces so close to each other.
The two pieces go together perfectly. A closer look shows that these inscriptions are actually a harmonic incantation or spell that can conjure the primordial forces of the earth to create minor earthquakes.
Well, you know we're going to need to use that at some point. Alright, I really don't know what's about to happen, but let's continue down the tunnel. And we come out in what looks like a living space of some kind. There's a lot of random junk around here, but the only thing that actually matters is the pillow.
The ogre's old straw pillow is not very comfortable, but it sure is functional.
There's nothing there.
By which I mean it'll eventually be important. And there's not really a whole lot of clue to tell you why.
I'll bet that's where he cooks the poor buggers.
I don't see anything else of interest.
Okay, not a whole lot of point poking around in here while there's nothing at all to do. So, we'll head back to the well and continue along the path. There's a whole lot of forest left to explore in the strangely non-devoid of vegetation, frozen lands. And the rabbit always comes back, and always runs away when you walk past. I guess it's ambience.
What is that supposed to mean?
A closer look reveals nothing more of interest.
Is this a sign I can translate?
The management is not responsible for loss or theft of personal belongings.
Okay, that actually sounds kind of serious. Alright, we'll move along then.
Well, well, check this out, lads. A wayward soul, wandering through the forest all on his lonesome. He's a brave chap, he is.
That's right. He's brave, all right. What are we gonna do with him, boss?
I say we take him for everything he's got. Yeah, that's the ticket. Then we lynch him and leave him swinging from the trees. Yeah, in his stockings like a ballerina.
Shut up, you morons. First I want to know what he's doing out here. Then you can do what you want with him. What are you doing nosing around out here in this part of the forest? Come on now, out with it.
Well, my sensibilities tell me to take the bottom option and disengage from the conversation.
Take a hike, you band of perverts.
I like your spirit. Let's see how quick it can leave your body.
And of course they're still threatening Quickthorpe's corpse. So let's try being a little more polite.
Well,
I did it.
what are you doing?
I'm on my way to kill the ice giant.
How about that? I'm off to kill the ice giant. He's got a sense of humour, this one. Now give me your money or die.
Of course, telling them to take a hike has the same result as we got before.
But I haven't got any money.
Then you'll die.
There's just no good way to talk myself out of that one. I think I'd better avoid that path. Let's just keep moving on. The forest makes a big circle at this point, so... Now we're actually starting to head back toward the entrance. Next up, the most annoying character in the game. Actually, as I think of it, I want to look at him first.
Actually, I've got nothing to say.
An old Grimm is sitting on a tree stump by a clearing in the forest. Grimms are known to be particularly mean characters with a nasty sense of humour.
Well, I guess we'd better talk to him.
Are you guarding the path or just killing time?
Just between you and me, I'm killing town. But town is killing you. The jewels you seek aren't getting any closer. And Ishmael is only becoming more powerful.
How do you know about the jewels, and who's Ishmael?
Well now, it wouldn't be fair and sporting to tell you now, would it? To give you something like that for free would only be like stealing something from me in the end. After all, life's like that, you know.
I didn't understand a word of that. And when you say the other thing, he disappears. Hope you covered that one first.
You're an odd-looking sort of fellow.
It's a matter of opinion, my little friend. After all, everything's in the eye of the beholder.
So tell me something I don't know.
Did you know that you're close to the place where all fruits of all dreams come to bear? And this be nothing but a mere illusion of beauty. Did you know that you're nothing other than the seeker of a dream? And that a dream be nothing more than a figment of your imagination. Till we meet again, my friend, and only then.
And we'll never see him again, thankfully.
A young sprig, which will one day grow into a beautiful tree, is all that remains of the mysterious Grimm. It's quite symbolic, isn't it?
Maybe I shouldn't. Who knows? It might grow into a great tree one day. It's a dead tree stump, all right. But then I never saw a tree stump that wasn't dead.
Naturally, the whole is what's important.
It looks like a lever of some sort. Wow! I must have triggered a secret lever mechanism.
I don't want to tell you how long it took me to figure that out.
Quickthorpe is not able to do that.
Yeah, here we actually have to walk in the inset. Again, no idea why. And with all the dead bodies around here, I'm not taking any chances. So let's see what killed these guys.
The roots of this hollow tree are massive and spread deep into the ground. A closer look reveals a shiny ring on the hand of the skeleton.
Yeah, I'm not messing with that. Not at all. Let's take a look at these friendly-looking fruits.
Exotic blue fruit bulbs line the inside of the hollow tree.
What's happening? I feel so dizzy, sir. Whew.
Well, I thought that was going to kill me.
What's happening? I feel so...
Alright, that doesn't actually kill you, but you can't take the fruit. See what these other guys have.
The remains of another less fortunate traveller lies on the ground in eternal slumber. The remains of another less fortunate traveller lies on the ground in eternal slumber.
This guy's in terrible condition. He's falling apart. I don't see anything else of interest.
And funnily enough, we don't need anything from him. All we need is that ring.
A closer look reveals a shiny ring on the hand of the skeleton. I better not wear the ring. I might lose it. Or worse yet, someone might rob me.
Or it could kill you. Just like that. Fortunately, it was pretty obvious. So let's go back and try not wearing the ring.
A closer look reveals a shiny ring. I better not wear the ring. I might lose it. Or worse.
Okay, and so, with ring in hand and not on finger, there's one other thing we need to do here.
A magpie is busy arranging its nest.
And as we all know, magpies love stealing shiny things, like necklaces. So let's see if maybe we can distract it with some birdseed.
That doesn't do anything.
I clicked on the nest instead of the bird and now it flew away. Fortunately, it'll come back eventually. Like right now. Let's try this again.
Well, what do you know? There's a necklace in this nest.
Quickthorpe takes the pearl necklace from the magpie's nest.
I suppose an empty sack could always be useful.
No, it couldn't. And so we move on to the final screen in this part of the game.
One can always expect to find a bird loitering around the statues in the park.
This is a park?
He looks like an ordinary crow, if you ask me. I don't feel like talking to anyone or anything right now.
A statue of a soldier in his final battle stands frozen in time.
I don't know what the story is with these guys, and I don't think it'll ever be explained.
Something seems to be buried here under the snow. I'll be darned, it's an old rusty shield from one of these soldiers. Wow, this shield is heavy.
And now when we leave, we're right back where we started. But at least we have something to do. I'm not sure it's a good idea, but I had to solve a puzzle to get it, so why not return it to its owner? Of course, I gotta remember to give and not use.
I'm not sure, but is this the necklace you've been looking for?
Why, blow me down and call me timber. So it is. This is good fortune indeed. As promised, I take great pleasure in offering you these gloves in return.
Thank you, sir, but a pair of gloves? There's fair exchange, but this is highway robbery.
I realize that you may not see any value in these gloves, but it is often the most insignificant things that become the most important means to achieving the fruits of your dreams. Of course, they'll also keep your hands warm.
That's the most deeply profound thing anyone has ever said to me. Thank you.
It was nothing really.
In other words, subtle hint, you wear the gloves in order to get the fruit. There's a lot of fruit puns in this part of the game. Anyway, we're pretty much done, but I do want to return to the frozen lake. Just because something interesting happens.
The large chair with a fluffy rolled pillow.
There you are, my little hunk. I thought you'd never come back. Tell me, where have you been all this time?
Yeah, you can actually say that last thing, and you'll miss the entire conversation that follows. Obviously, I'm not going to take that particular option right now.
I've killed the ice giant, had him begging for his life.
You're such a little fibber. Now let's be serious. I've got something important to say. You must be careful, for things are not as they would seem. I am certain Ismail is up to something terrible. Please, under no circumstances are you to return those jewels to your village priest.
Does this mean I can go home now and forget the whole thing?
Absolutely not. You must continue on this quest, and moreover, you must destroy the 4 beasts and recover the lost jewels.
I'm so confused. I don't understand anything.
Fear not, my little Rookie. It is too soon for you to know, for the answers will come in good time. Only when you have killed the last beast in the land of shadows will you know the truth of what really happened to your people so long ago. Now go away, and don't ever come back, in case I lose control and roll you up into my little sleeping bag.
That's creepy. I'm getting out of here.
Aren't we forgetting something?
Right, almost forgot. Here's your little green orb back.
Thank you, Quickthorpe. It was good for me too.
Except I left that at the bottom of the well, which causes some weird stuff to happen later. But just to show that you can, in fact, miss that whole conversation.
The large chair with a...
Which is one of the most important pieces of exposition
There
we
you are,
get.
my little hunk. I thought you'd never come back. Tell me, where have you been all this time?
Let's just give her back what we took.
Here's your green orb back. I don't need it anymore.
You ungrateful little twit. How dare you be so rude? I'll take it back, of course. But don't ever come here again expecting anything from me.
I really hope we were done with that orb. And if we do go back and try to talk to her...
The large chair with a closer look reveals nothing more of interest.
And that's the last we'll be seeing of her. So next time we'll get back on the road to finding the ice giant and getting the tools we need to defeat him. See you then.